I feel like I spent so much of my life around people in circles, surrounded by friends that I never had seriously deep, true connections with. And I'm 29 years old now, and I'm realizing that's mostly my fault. I've been telling people forever that I'm an introvert, that I just can't get close to people, that people don't understand me, which is largely true. But to be honest, I'm realizing now, which it's kind of embarrassing that it's taken me this long to come to this conclusion. I've spent so much time never showing people my true colors in the first place, never giving serious opinions, never pushing back on anything that anybody says, never really telling anybody how I truly feel about things, whether it's good or bad. And I mean, some people might call this a people pleaser. Some people might say that I was a doormat, which when I was young, I definitely was, when I was super young. But then even once I became a teenager and grew older, I don't think I was a people pleaser anymore, but I more just said that I was an introvert and I just don't have interest in hanging around people, and I just don't give a fuck what this person says or what people think about me or whatever. But really, I just wanted to be on my own, and I didn't want to cause any conflict. I didn't want to cause any ripples in the water. And if you're watching this video, maybe you can relate to me, but looking back to when I was a child, the people I grew up with, my parents, my family, at least the way I saw it, the way I experienced being a child, whenever I pushed back against anything somebody said, something somebody told me to do, if I had an objection to something that somebody wanted me to do, if I had an objection to the way that things were going in my household, if I had any problem with something that anybody was doing, I feel like it was never listened to. It was never accepted, and it was always just like, shut the fuck up. Or it's turned into a huge argument and blown way out of proportion just because I disagreed with something or I didn't think something was right. I mean, specifically, if you want to get into details, yes, my parents, both of my parents were notorious for not taking seriously the complaints of children, thinking like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you don't have any right to question me. And then other people I grew up around, I always remember thinking, I can't push back against what they say. If I do, it's just going to turn into some crazy argument. It's going to turn into an issue. It's never going to be settled. It's just going to turn into a huge issue. And then it's going to be even worse than, it's better for me to just go along with what the other person says, even if I disagree with it, because that's easier than bringing up my dissatisfaction or my disagreement, because it's going to turn into some huge argument. The person's going to get really angry. The person's not going to take my opinion seriously at all. And I've kind of had this conclusion for a couple years now, but now I'm 100% seeing it as I'm this old. I'm 29 years old now, and I feel like I've gone through so many years of being a teenager, even in my 20s, having plenty of relationships with friends who, I've been told this by so many different friends over the years have told me, Jimmy, you're a really cool guy, you're really nice, but you're just there. You're just there, we don't really know anything deep about you. Everything, you're always just chill, and which, yes, I am super, super chill, but a lot of times I'm chill at the expense of my own kind of sanity. I'm chill for the sake of everyone else, so everyone else can chill, but maybe that means that I'm doing something or I'm going along with something that I don't really want to do or that I just kind of disagree with. But I do enjoy being chill and just going with the flow. I think at the end of the day, for the most part, I'm more satisfied with just having peace than always having things my way. But ever since I got into this YouTube thing, I've been going out. Obviously here I'm on YouTube and I occasionally put out my controversial opinions. I tell people things that people don't want to hear. I say things that might not be accepted, might be unpopular, my hot takes. And the thing that I've come to find is that I feel so much more alive doing this than I ever did going through all these relationships that I had. Nobody loved me, but nobody also hated me. I was always just, he's just a nice guy, but he's just kind of there. And I went through so many years feeling like that. I was just the nice guy that was chill, and I was just there, and that was it. But truthfully, I have so many more things to say. I have serious opinions. I feel like I can change things in the world. I feel like my opinion matters. And to be fair, I never thought that my opinion didn't matter. I just kind of always had this fear of, if I do bring up my opinion, if I tell someone that they're wrong about something, it's going to turn into this huge argument. This person's going to hate me. It's going to cause just so much more issues than it would be if I was just quiet. So I just never said my opinion. But I do deep down think still that my opinion's important. And there's that one quote, guys, help me. Somebody type in the comments if you remember who exactly said it. There's the quote that's like, I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. And I feel like for so many years I was loved for who I wasn't. Because on the inside, really I had all these opinions. I feel like I have so much to say, so much to offer the world. But I was afraid to rattle some feathers, to ruffle some feathers. What's the other word? Rattle, I don't know. Ruffle some feathers, put my opinions out there. And then at the end of the day, nobody even loved me in the first place. Everybody's just like, here's an opinion for you. Loud motorcycles like that suck. They suck. They're not cool. They're annoying. Alright, anyways. Nobody even loves you when you're that person who never puts your opinion out. You're just always just there. And I got that comment from so many people in my life. Like, I was cool with everybody growing up. I was cool with everybody, but so many people who are my friends, and I liked them, but they would always just say, dude, Jimmy, like, you're just there. You're just there. Like, we don't know anything about you. We don't really know. Every time we ask where you want to eat, you're always like, I'm down with anything. Every time, which I genuinely am down with everything. I love going with the flow. I love just, like, I am a chill guy. However, there are times when I thought something else, but I didn't speak up because I was afraid that I wasn't so much afraid that people weren't going to like me. Like, I didn't need to be loved by everyone. Like, I'm not desperate for people's attention because I enjoy being alone, and I don't really mind if I have really no friends. But I just didn't like the whole issue blowing up because that's what I felt like when I was young. Like, when I was a kid, I disagree with something. I say, this isn't right. I say we should do this instead. It turns into a huge argument, and then it's just annoying as fuck, and I'd rather just have not said anything. So the point that I'm getting to here is, it's embarrassing that it's taken me 29 years to really realize this, and it also is much easier to realize this and say it and talk about it on camera with nobody here than to actually put this into practice. But I know there are a lot of other people out there, older than me and younger than me, who feel the same way and who have probably noticed the same thing about themselves. And guys, it is never too late. You're never too old to make improvements, to make changes on your being, on your character. You see, sometimes I put these videos out and I say, well, hey, I'm working on this thing about myself. Like, overall, this is what my channel's about. As much as I do fuck around, I do joke around, I talk about many different topics, my channel is about self-improvement. Whether it be learning a different language, learning something, exercising your brain, exercising your body, becoming more fluent in the language of women, whatever it be, right? And a lot of times people comment on my videos and they'll say, oh my God, this guy's 29 years old and he hasn't figured this out yet. Oh my God, this guy's 29 years old and he's learning how to do this just now. Now, if you genuinely have, if you guys have, there's a cop coming over here. I might have to pause the video. Maybe he wants to talk to me. Actually, that was really nice. This policeman just came over and asked me if I was okay because I was standing on the bridge. Super, super cool of him. But, what was I talking about now? No, I was just gonna say that it's kind of crazy because all these people always comment on my videos and say, like, dude, I can't believe this guy's 29 years old and he's just realizing this. And the thing is, okay, you guys want to roast me, you guys want to say that I'm 29 years old, I'm just learning this thing. At least I'm learning it. You know how many people go through life and they never make any effort to change themselves, to better themselves, to do better? The wise man knows that he knows nothing, right? And anyways, guys, I'm 29 years old here and I'm trying my best to put into practice the art of telling people what I feel more, telling people what I think. And what I have realized is just because the people I grew up around blew everything way out of a proportion when I disagreed with something, when I wanted to do my own thing, Doesn't mean everyone's going to do that. And a lot of times I sit here and I worry, oh shit, if I present my contrasting opinion to this person right here, they're going to freak out and they're going to turn this into a big issue. But a few times that I've done that recently, people are just like, oh yeah, you might be right. Yeah, shit. Yeah, you might be right. It's crazy how difficult it is to get out of these habits or these mindsets that are built into us since we were children. But now I'm realizing I have better friendships. My friends know me better because I'm actually speaking up. I'm actually showing who I am on the inside. I'm saying what I really think. People have been calling me charismatic. People, since I've been doing YouTube videos, people say I'm charismatic on camera. But in person, nobody ever says I'm charismatic. Everyone's always like, oh, that dude's just kind of there. And I've realized since I've been doing the YouTube thing for like a year and a half now, people are like, oh, dude, you're so charismatic on camera. But then I meet you in person and you're just like kind of quiet and chill. And the truth is, this is the real me. This is the real me. And it's easy to be charismatic. It's easy to present controversial opinions on camera when I'm not face to face with anybody. And the only backlash I get is if I read the comments or something like that. However, I would meet these people and nobody actually thinks I'm charismatic in person. And now I'm realizing over the last couple months, now that I've been implementing this into my real life, people are starting to say, oh, like this dude's funny. Hey, this dude's cool. I want to be around this dude more. And that's that presents a new issue for me, because now I'm realizing the more I be my charismatic self in real life, the more people want to actually hang around me. And the more people want to hang around me, the more I want to be alone, because truly, in my core, I am an introvert and I don't like having people around me all the time. So now I've run into this new issue where I'm like, shit, get away from me, man. Like, leave me alone. Fuck. And now I'm having a hard time telling people no and telling people like, yo, I still need my space, because I'm attracting more people now that I am learning to be more charismatic in real life. But kind of just the point that I'm getting to in this whole video is, maybe you guys are like me. Maybe you've gone through your whole life being afraid to speak out, being afraid to show your true self, being afraid to show your friends even that you disagree with them or your family members. But the truth is, two incredibly important things happen when you speak out, when you push back, when you show people that you are a real person, that you have your own opinions, that you are an intellectual thinker. One, the first thing that will happen is the people that disagree with you, that you don't like having around you, will leave you. They'll leave. And that's a good thing. And now that may be difficult at first, it may feel like, ouch, this person doesn't like me, they left me. But overall, if you think about it, it actually is a net positive. It actually is a good thing. When I was younger, I had so many people around me that I didn't really like, but I didn't know how to tell them to go away. I didn't know how to disagree with them. I feared so much. I feared that conflict. I didn't know how to get away from these people, and there are all these people around me all the time, and I would just go home and I'd be like, fuck, like, I spent so much time around this annoying person that I really don't like, but I don't know how to tell them to go away, and I don't even have to tell them to go away now. They just don't come near me in the first place because they're like, oh, that's that guy who has that opinion that I don't like. And although it is kind of uncomfortable at first, truly it is a net positive and the right thing to do. And the second thing that will happen, which is even more important, is you will start attracting the people that you need in your life. Because otherwise, you're going to be like me and you're going to spend so many years thinking, I can't find my people. There's nobody else out there like me. Nobody understands what I'm saying. But nobody even knew what I was saying inside me, in my head, because I never actually put my thoughts out into the world. But I was like, nobody understands me. Nobody understands me. Nobody really likes me for who I am. But I never showed anybody who I was. And now that I've finally been doing it, people are coming to me saying, dude, I agreed with what you said on YouTube. I agree with your persona, your whatever. Seems cool. I fuck with you. Man, that's dope. I totally agree with your opinions. And I didn't have any opinions before. I had them, but I never put them out into the world. And now that I'm realizing there are people out there who agree with my opinions, I've been able to form real friendships for kind of like the first time in my life. I've been able to meet my people and it's been really dope. And I'm not perfect at it yet, at telling people how I really feel. I'm not perfect at disagreeing with people. I still avoid conflict sometimes. But it feels really good to be on this journey. Hell, dude, I'm attracting women. I'm attracting women that I want to attract for the first time in my life. Anyways, this is something that you have to do, guys. Don't be like me and let it take you 29 years to start implementing this into your real life, your relationships with people. Be yourself. It's okay to disagree with people. It's not going to be the end of the world. Some people aren't going to like you for who you are. Some people aren't going to like you for your opinions, and that's okay because you don't want them around anyway. And then some people are going to love you for your opinions. Some people are going to say, hey, I agree with this dude. This dude's cool. I fuck with what this dude's got going on. I want to become close with this dude, and I want to help him build a network just like he wants to do. And if you continue to just glide through life, taking it easy, never telling anyone how you truly feel, never putting your opinions out there, never pushing back on anything, never disagreeing with anything, you're going to have a lot of mediocre relationships, shallow relationships, and you're going to be lonely as fuck at the end of the day. It's cliche, but there's only one you. Don't be like me and waste so much of your life waiting to be the real you. You can do it. You have to do it. You don't want to be on your deathbed thinking back, shit, I spent my entire life afraid to speak up, afraid to tell people how I really felt, afraid to be my true self. And that's really the worst thing, the disrespect to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be that person. Anyways, thank you guys. Shout out to the nice cop who came over here and asked if I was all right. I'm all right. I'm actually doing great. I'm wonderful. This is maybe the happiest I've ever been in my life, guys. The future is so bright. And it's bright because I worked really hard. I'm treating people with respect in my life. I'm being myself. I'm on my own path. I'm really happy about where I'm going. I'm really proud of where I'm going. I'm really proud of the man who I am. It just feels great. Thank you to all the people who are supporting. Thank you to all the people who have come here. Thank you to all of the haters and all of the people who have said, you're a dumbass, I don't like you, because you guys have made me strong. It stung at first, but I'm learning to realize it's okay if people have an issue with what you say. Not everyone is meant to be friends. Not everyone is meant to get along together, and that's totally okay. We're adults, right? My name is Young James. You guys can send me an email at youngjamesYT@gmail.com if you'd like. Follow me on Instagram. Ultra Human Ring. Guys, if you want one, 10% off in the discount in the description. All right, thanks, y'all. Everyone take care. Have a wonderful night. Summer is right around the corner, guys. It's going to be a badass summer. Fucking go out. Get a run in. Let's go, guys. All right, peace out.